Welcome everyone to the Diggers and Dealers 2020 Mining Forum. I'm Michael Mantford, the Chairman of Canaccord Genuity Financial, and it's a pleasure for Canaccord to be sponsoring the Diggers and Dealers for the third year. It has been an exciting year for the resources sector with quantitative easing and high commodity prices, strong market liquidity, and I think we can all look forward to some good times ahead, so let's enjoy the conference. And on that note, I'd like to introduce Graeme Thompson, the Logistics Coordinator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Graeme Thompson. I'm one of several gophers, and I've been told to take my hat off. I don't think it's anything to do with the shape of my head or how beautiful it might be. It's something to do with them being able to see me. So I am one of the gophers to ensure that your attendance at Diggers and Dealers and staying in our city is as wonderful as it can be. And if there are matters that you would like to have some assistance on, if you see any of our 5 people, and make sure you turn the phone off. That's the second time it's happened to me. Yeah, so whatever you require, we will go out of our way to try and make sure that you really do enjoy your stay in our beautiful city. Before I go on to talk about the COVID stuff, there is a limit on the number of people that we can have in this section of the Arts Centre, but around to my left, there is a large room there with a big screen, and there is other spots around the place equally has the right number of seats available for people to sit there and see what is going on. COVID. Please endeavour to maintain safe physical distance over the 3 days, as well as good hygiene. Every effort has been made to ensure Diggers and Dealers meets all health department standards and requirements. There are sanitizer statements, that tells you I haven't used them very often. There are sanitizer statements around the venue. Every bag you have received has a personal sanitizer attached. This year, seating and viewing screens are spread throughout the venue for your use. The forecourt and second marquee are licensed for the Monday and Tuesday socials. Please enjoy the warmer weather and ability to spread around the venue. Ablutions. Andrew. You see the blue spots on that side? That is where all the ablutions are. The only time I wouldn't use those is if you happen to be rather large. If you are rather large, I'd really suggest you use the toilets immediately at the back of this place, because they're a lot bigger. But those toilets are very nice, I've got to tell you. But car parking. Please note that there is no car parking within the area of the screen. We have very limited opportunity to safely see buses and taxis come through that area, and that's important that we're able to do that. Now, for a few minutes on safety, you'll note on the drawing that there are 3 emergency muster points in the red, 1 out front, 1 in the laneway, and 1 in the Toyota complex. You will note the red arrows indicating where you can leave the various buildings should any danger on fire come to pass. Please also note that there are fire extinguishers around the buildings should they be required. Importantly, you will see that there are first aid kits in key places around the marquees, and including in this building, including a defibrillator immediately next to the projectors in the middle of the main marquee. We also have direct access to medical facilities. Please notify us if you need any assistance whatsoever. We've got direct access to medical facilities. Finally, please ensure you wear your delegate badge at all times in all areas of this event. Final remarks. In closing, I advise that this is my final Diggers and Dealers as the Logistics Coordinator. Thank you, Miles and Sharon, for your consideration, and while I remain available to assist as called, it is time for the major roles to be fulfilled by others. It has been a wonderful 29 years, having originally worked with Jeffrey Stokes and Suzanne Christie. Suzanne, at the very start of this wonderful forum, and in the time since his passing, it has been an honour to work alongside Suzanne, who I regard as a friend, and without doubt a major reason why Diggers and Dealers continues to be a wonderful and successful business. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Graeme, and let's be standing for the National Anthem.
Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. We've golden soil and wealth fertile, our home is God by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
We're honoured to have here today with us the highly respected Woongootha man and Councillor Lyndon Brownlee to present Welcome to the Country. He's also an excellent singer in good pitch with the National Anthem. The Woongootha people share a strong connection to Kalgoorlie and the surrounding country. Apart from Lyndon's work as a councillor with the Kalgoorlie-Boulder City Council, Lyndon heads up a very successful family business, the Bush Scooter Woongootha Tours, and is very passionate about country and culture. The tours operate and give them the opportunity to share the knowledge of this special region, giving visitors a glimpse into both the modern and ancient history of Kalgoorlie through a range of tours that helps keep their culture alive. As a result of extensive work with youth, and at 23 years of age, Lyndon was invited by George W. Bush to give a lecture at Georgetown University and was given a personal invitation to attend Barack Obama's inauguration in 2009. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lyndon Brownlee.
Thank you, Michael, for that, and I would like to also thank you as a sponsor for our Diggers Forum this year. Also to the owner, Miles Ertz, and his lovely wife Sharon, and also one of the previous chairs of our Diggers Forum, Mr. Nick Giorgetta, and to our current chair, Mr. Jim Walker. Thank you for having me here. And I pray that all of you have had a safe and enjoyable journey to the goldfields here, to this wonderful city of ours, the city of Kalgoorlie-Boulder. I'd just like to acknowledge the spirit of our people who have been here for a very long time, for a very, very long time. The spirit of the Wangara people, and not only them, but also Aboriginal people right across this great nation of ours, who've lived through quite very humble existence, very extreme circumstances in this great country of ours, yet through all of that we are still here today. And not only that, but I also acknowledge the spirit of those who have come after us, of those who visited our shores and called this land their home, and many others in the years lately who have come from countries from around the globe to call Australia their home. When you think of the goldfields, it is quite a tough place. The bush is a very tough environment to grow up in. And when you consider the conditions that Aboriginal back then had to live in, for example, people within my grandmother's and my grandfather's generation living off the land, they had strong spirits. And then when you consider those who came here in the gold rush in the late 1800s, up here to the goldfields, it also took a spirit that was strong to be able to weather the circumstances, the extreme heat, the extreme cold, to be able to discover gold up here in this place that we now call Kalgoorlie Boulder, one of the largest producers of gold in our country, and right up there around the globe. When you consider the spirit of these people, it is quite extraordinary. And I know this may have been a little different to some of the other welcome to countries that I've given here over the last couple of years. I guess that's because the circumstances that we are living in has definitely changed our lives. When we think of the situation not only here in Western Australia with regard to the virus, but also on a global level, we are truly blessed. We are really blessed. And part of that comes down to a strong spirit. And we see that particularly in our keynote speaker here this morning, the Premier of this great state, our Premier, Mr. Mark McGowan. But it is that spirit that is in this country that has been passed on. We see that from generation to generation. Not only through us as Aboriginal people, but we see that, like I was saying, through those who've come to this country and now call it home. It is going to take a strong spirit for us to be able to weather the storms that are ahead. And it also puts into perspective the situation that we are in with regard to this virus, that life is so precious. And therefore, in that regard, while we are in pursuit of our goals, of our dreams, it is very important for us to consider life, consider our families, consider our loved ones. Because at the end of the day, I mean, what profit is there if we should gain the world and forget our very souls? I'd like to welcome you all here to the land of the Wangara people, my people, and I acknowledge traditional owners all over this country of ours. And I also acknowledge my brothers and sisters in this as part of the human race that are seated here in this forum, those in the marquee and those in this great state and country of ours and across this world. We're all part of the human race. Let us look after each other. Let us keep our accounts short with each other. However, we will reap if we faint not. I'm glad that you've come here to Wangara country, that we are all here together. Wangara Brenny Nangana Paul Manyanango, Ngalipa Dero Nanga Nyanango. My old people were here a long time ago, and we are still here today. Noroko Nalpa Berni, Palodara Marlargo, Australianga. Your old people, your elders came to this country that we call Australia a long time ago. Ngā ba ngalipa koto ba dolororingo, barna nanga na dito ganbidora molaba. However, it is up to us to be able to join together, particularly in this very time, to be able to make this place a great place for us all to live in. Thank you very much. Enjoy this time, this forum where we're all here together. I don't know if there's anything more I can say except good luck to you all. I wish you all the best in your endeavours, and I pray for your safety and for good health for you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lyndon.